Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Are you enjoying Unite 2016? So I am going to introduce myself. My name is Luis. Everyone calls me Lune. I am just a regular indie developer, to be honest. Like, I don't come from any studio, so I have been like self-teaching myself how to do stuff, basically. And I want to share with you this multi-platform art, 3D art pipeline for indies. So basically, I am still trying to improve my English. So if there is something that I say that it is not being understood, feel free to raise my hand, and I will try to explain that. So also give me a little help with that. And well, let's begin. So basically, what is this style for? Like, what is the profile for this style? So anyone working in multi-platform games, which on my case is PS4 and PS Vita, it could be like Oculus and GVR. Like anyone working with that different hardware specs, this talk is for you. And basically, what are we going to achieve with this result? So I am going to show you a small clip of my game. It is called Suki and the Shadow Claw. It is a 3D platformer. And I did achieve these graphics for PS4. Just as some background, I am doing this by myself. It's only me. And I am doing the art and the code. And this is running at 60 FPS on a PlayStation 4. So it took me a while to actually like the art of the game. And now you can see the exact Unity project running on a PS Vita, also at 60 FPS. So I am using the same Unity project, and I am achieving like a very the best art quality for both platforms. And I like 60 FPS. I don't like 30 FPS. I am a gamer, so. So basically, I want to share with you how did I make this possible. So it took me about 1 year to find out how to do this. So I am going to share it with you like in 30 minutes, so it's fine. So what is the main problem here? So I think it is kind of obvious. So the main problem here is the wide difference of hardware specs, like different FDKs, and that you need like different performance on each one. So it is very well known that a PS4 is way stronger than a PS Vita. So that's a huge problem, basically. So like before entering to the workflow, what I have learned on this learning path? So first of all, like know your platform. So I tend to say that every platform has like different strong points and different weak points. Like all of them are strong, but just in different parts. So basically, it's best to know like in which part your hardware is strongest and try to put the most work there. Also, when you are working on an indie game, your problem is not the quality, but it is the quantity of assets that you have to do. So like you have to find like the best way to do something with quality, but the fastest way possible. So, and other advice will be try to recycle your assets. And I think that this is a very good point. If you are repeating a process, it is basically because you can improve it or you are like not doing it well. So what does this workflow is going to include? Basically, I do like I try to separate the art into different pieces. Then I add a procedural behavior. I am going to talk about every one of these points. I am recycling animations. And basically, I am doing like different shading by platform. OK. So this is not going to be just slides. So it's just introduction. So this is basically how I do the things. So first, I make a sculpting base on 3ds Max. It is right here. So basically, I just begin with a sculpting base on 3ds Max. So basically, in here, what I am worried about is mostly like the silhouette of things. So no, this one. So basically, the first step is just to achieve a very good silhouette for the asset. Then basically, after having this done, I send it to ZBrush, and then I have this model. But I mean, if you use ZBrush a lot, so these 5 pieces are like 600,000 polygons. So you cannot, of course, you cannot use this in game. So after this model is done, I project some texture using X normal, and then I get this result. So it is actually the low poly model, but I had very nice base textures, where then I can begin painting the asset. So this was painted in 3D code. So I know that this sounds like a lot of steps, but actually for me that was the fastest way for making this kind of assets. So basically, this is the resume. So it's 3ds Max for the base. Then I do the high poly model on ZBrush. Sometimes I do retopology and UV, that's mostly for characters on 3D code or in Max, depending on in which mood I am. So I do the texture baking on X normal. Then I paint the model on 3D code. And this is new. If the asset is procedural, then I go to Houdini. So I want to share with you the Unity scene I have open. So by the way, while the scene loads, this game is available for you to try at the side effects booth. So I am looking for feedback. This is still a very early version, so any feedback is incredibly welcome. Well, and basically, this is how the asset looks at the end, all these pieces. Basically, you can see how I did just 5 different pieces, and with that, I was able to create a full bridge. So however, why did I ask if the model is procedural? So basically, I don't know, how many of you are artists in here? Can you raise your hand? So maybe most of you know that if you want to create this bridge, what do you do? So you take the pieces, you begin to duplicate them, you place them by hand, and maybe for working in one single asset, that's fine. But what about when you have to do a lot of different versions of the asset? So you just have to change to PC version. I hope it doesn't take that long. But yeah, that's the regular way where you do stuff. So I am looking forward for this update. The developer is here, looking forward for this update. Oh, I forgot to change the platform actually. Come on, you can do it. So it kind of spoiled the surprise. I am going to actually open the model in Houdini. But basically, the big difference is that with Houdini, I can, instead of placing the asset by myself, trying to do a lot of versions of different bridges, what I do in Houdini is that I create a procedural bridge. And in Unity side, once it is on PC mode, I can change the length only by moving a slider. So it is opening right now. So it is right here. So actually, I have this exact behavior in Unity. But as you can see how I only have a length value, and all the bridge is being arranged automatically. So I wanted to show this on the Unity side, but I forgot to change the platform. And basically, it is not only creating the model. So basically, it is creating all the colliders. I can even add my custom script. So let's say if I have an enemy spike bind, something like that, I can add a damage script automatically. So this workflow is actually saving a lot of time for me. And you have like this model and this slider like directly in Houdini. So why do I have this procedural workflow? So basically, when people hear like the word procedural, like the first thing that comes to your mind is like Minecraft, something like that. So that's not like what procedural actually means. So basically, it is like you are creating with Houdini one single asset, and you can create like different variations of it like within seconds. So let's say on my side, I spend like 1 day working on this model of the bridge. But once I have that bridge done, I have all the bridges done for the whole game, basically. So of course, it is a huge time saver. The assets are standardized. And this means that, so for my game, I have like these small pipes where the dragon can roll and go into. So when I was doing those by hand, sometimes I will do like the pipes a bit thinner, so the dragon will not fit most of the times. But when I am using tools like this, it is like, I know that this trunk is always going to have like the same thickness, the same texture. So I know that I know how is it going to be. So if any of you have played like Mario Maker, it is like making your own Mario Maker assets. So I hope I don't get in copyright troubles for that. So let me see how Unity is doing. Almost there. So I am going to come back like for that by the end. Wow, no, I need this open. So I don't know if like up to this point, is there any question like someone wants to ask about this meanwhile? I mean, you can do like almost everything. So right now here, I only have like a length value exposed. But it like with Houdini, it is like basically a set of steps. I mean, every one of these nodes, like in the bottom right, is just a step. So basically, I begin with a line, then I add more vertices. I give some properties to the point. I begin to copy objects. And like every one of these steps has a lot of parameters. And you can expose like just the ones that you need like for your game. So right now, I am only exposing the length parameter, but it is like you can expose any parameter that you want. That's what I am waiting for Unity to finish, basically. I will try to open another instance and import like the projector. So, but like on the Unity side, and that's what I want to show you, is that you actually have the model and the slider right there, so it is like updating automatically in there. So let's see, I have here a new Unity project. And just to make this available, the only thing I need to do is like when I install Houdini, basically, I have to look for the program files, side effects, software, Houdini, engine, Unity. And then here you have like a Unity package, or here you have like an asset folder. I prefer like to copy the asset folder and then like just paste it here in the project. Showing Explorer. OK. It is going to import the scripts. And then when this is done, you're going to have like a new window in here. So basically, what I am going to do next is, after I have like the model done, right-click here. Well, I am going just to copy the file, basically. Assets, art. I make a exclusive folder for that, which is called Procedural. Oops. Structures, bridge. I have this bridge asset. It is a Houdini source file. And then when I copy it, it is going to appear here in the Unity window. and just as I drag it, Unity is going, and Houdini, it is going to start like a Houdini background process. And you can see here how my model is already there. And here I have like the length slider, and I am modifying the whole level like just right in Unity. So as I said, I am not only creating the model, but I am also like creating colliders and such. So let's say if I create like, let's say a sphere, another, let's say a rigid body, I am going to add a few just to make this demo more fun. And if I hit play, you are going to see how everything has colliders, and it is actually fully functional. Oh, I have like 5 software open, so it's fine. It's normal. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, so it is importing a background process. It has a presentation open. I have a Houdini open. I have like the other project importing, so this is kind of expected on my machine. And I think this one is actually done. Yeah, so I am like I'm putting this little guy to work a lot. Okay, well, it is still like not running, but it is mostly, I have too much stuff open. But like coming back to this example, like here I have the bridge again. Like in this case, I have like I also have like textures and such, and you can see here I have once again the length value. So, but this is not the only thing I can do. So let's say I also have like these small platforms over here. I am going to rebuild like to make that editable. Of course, the line maps are destroyed. I need to bake them again. But what I can do here is like I can actually start modifying like the shape of this island. And once again, like all the textures and all the colors, like that is like being updated automatically. Let me try to change like my shading model. But basically that's how I am using Houdini. So yeah, a lot better. So like almost every asset I have in here, it is procedural, so I can basically edit almost anything I want. So let's say I also have like these small vines. The vines are these ones. So you can see how also like I have a green line in here. So basically I can like start editing, and the vines are also going to be updated. So if I add like more points, like a new wave of vine is going to come out. So like right now at this point, I am mostly worrying about working on the level, making it fun, and I don't have to worry on the art side anymore. So this is actually very good. Okay, so that was the live demo. So other thing that was like consuming a lot of performance on my side was the animators. So let's say on this case, like every coin, of course that you need to add like an animator on that. I am going to hit play. Okay. I'm going to mute the audio. And basically, something that I had a lot of trouble with is that in the case of the coins, sorry. But let's say for these coins, the first thing that I wanted to do is, or the first thing that I did is that I had like an animator component running on every coin. So when I was like targeting like portable platforms, portable mobile platforms, so this was like consuming a lot of resources. So what I did here is that you can see if I select like any coin, okay. Here it goes again. It's a huge level. So if I select, let's say, actually you see that there isn't like any coin right now. Oh, here it is. So you can see how this coin is actually animated here on the scene view. But if I click on the component, it does not have like actually any animator component. So what is going on in here? I did this small script, which is called a pickup drawer. So I am only basically animating one coin. And what I am doing here is that instead of, once again, like running like, let's say, hundreds of animator components, the only thing I am doing is that I have like a coin spinning like somewhere in the level. I don't actually know where it is. Like it is like in the container 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. It is like actually kind of far. And what I am doing here is that I am using this class, which is called graphics draw mesh. So basically, what does this class do is it asks you for a mesh, it asks you for a position, it asks you for a rotation, and it asks you for a material ID. So this class actually, what it does is that it just draws a mesh in the frame. So instead of like, once again, like having thousands of animators, basically I only animated one coin, and I am like copying that position and that rotation, and just drawing that in different points of the game. So this actually saved me a lot of performance. So on PS Vita, I had like 50 coins, and I was like running in 30 FPS. But with this small trick, I was able to run like more than 300 coins with 60 FPS with no problem. And one last thing that I want to share with you is also that I am using like a different shading by platform. So how am I doing that? And I am doing that like automatically. So when you are writing a shader, you can have like different version of the same shader in the same script. So let's say I have this one. And I have this, let's say, as my default shader. Yeah. Sorry. So I have this as my default shader. So you can see here you have like your properties. So then every one of these sub-shaders is like one different version of your shader. And maybe some of you have seen like this property right here, which is called LOD, which is level of detail. So you can have actually like different level of detail shaders. And basically, you just configure that by platform. So when I am running on PS4 or desktop, I am using an actual surface shader. So I purchased this Gimeo asset like the Tony Colors Pro, and I am just modifying it. But when I am running like on mobile platforms, I like rewrote this is my shader. And like the only thing that is different, of course, is this LOD. So this value here, like lets me know like, or lets you need to know like what shader do I want to run. So let's say like taking this again, for example, like here you can see that I have lights. If I add another light, I have lights, I have shadows, so everything is fine. But of course, this will kill a platform like the PS Vita. So what I do here is basically I have like this game settings script, which actually is very short. But basically, I am using like platform-dependent compilation. And let's say when I am using PSP2, which is the Vita, I just set the LOD shader to 100. But when I'm using the PS4, I set the LOD, let's say, to 600. The same with Xbox One. And this is what it looks like. So here's the high quality. When I go to with the low quality settings, like all the surface shaders are gone, and this is mostly light maps. And this is running like perfectly well on mobile platforms. So this is like how the video I showed at the beginning, this is how it is working. So basically, only by changing the shaders automatically, I am able like to run the project on both on the PS4 with very good quality and on the PS Vita with very good results. So, well, I mean, this is what I have to share with you. This is my first time doing a talk like this. So thank you so much. This is the game I am working on, and I hope this talk was worthwhile for you. Thank you. Also, if you are interested in trying Houdini, you can find Ben. He's on the side effects booth, so you can talk about Houdini with him. So I don't know if anyone has questions. Okay. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's coming. Here we go. I've got a mic.
To the procedural generation of all your meshes, like, do you find that gives you a performance hit in some other area?
Excuse me, can you get the mic? Like, my English is not that good yet. Sorry.
Sorry, I wanted to ask if you have any other performance hits from using procedural meshes?
No, actually none. So I am very impressed by that. So like both platforms, like let's say the PS Vita is very good at handling any amount of vertices. So like most of the problem is with the shading itself. So I am not having any performance issues.
Anything else?
Right there.
Right there. Oh, gotcha. Sorry. It's difficult to pick you up.
So we see that how you do the procedure generation in Houdini. Is that doable in Unity, or you bake all the models?
Excuse me?
Do you bake all the model variations from Houdini and save that in Unity?
No, I mean, I did the whole model in Houdini, so you can make any model that you want. So it is not just a specific mesh, so you can make any model that you want. Was that the question?
So you make variations in Houdini, and do you just save it and import it to Unity?
Houdini is running in background, but the variations are done right inside Unity, basically. So you have like the parameters in Unity, and you can make the variations in the engine.
Oh, I see. That's very cool. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.